yesterday. Of course, it's News Tuesday. I am Ryan from Simple Benefits, and this channel is basically meant to educate veterans. Uh-oh.
Educate veterans.
Echo. All right, there we go. We back. Now let's get right into it with the news. So let's start things off with VA policy and legislative updates. Now, don't mind the background sound. The wife is in the kitchen cooking, so chefing up something nice for dinner. It's 7 p.m. over here. I don't know what time it is where y'all are, but I'm sure it's not too far off. And with VA policy and legislative updates, the Senate is reviewing the VA's budget and reforms. So the Senate of the VA committee has scheduled a hearing for May 7th to examine the Department of Veterans budget and proposed reforms. VA Secretary Doug Collins is expected to address questions regarding the department's overhaul efforts. I'll drop the link for that in the chat. Some more news: task force to address anti-Christian bias in VA. So in response to directives from the Trump administration, the VA has initiated a task force to investigate alleged anti-Christian discrimination within its facilities. Staff at the Michael E. DeBakey VA Medical Center in Houston have been instructed to report instances of such bias. Interesting. The VA pauses postpone or proposed budget cuts. Now, this is some good news. The VA has temporarily halted billions in proposed budget cuts following public outcry and concerns from lawmakers and veterans about potential impacts on critical care services. So, always glad to hear that. I mean, it's been a lot of headlines over the VA letting go, essential employees, and of course, other news of, the probationary employees. I personally work for the USDA. We just finished the DRP 2.0, the Deferred Resignation 2.0, where basically you can resign or retire early, and then you get paid for the next 5 months. So you get put on admin leave. I didn't take it, but I'm hearing within the agency or just rumors that so many people took the DRP that they may not even continue with the reduction in force. So let's talk veteran funds. Let me bring back up the chat too. Got to make sure I know what's going on. What's up, Be Humble? All right. So congressional and legal developments. The House passes 7 bipartisan veterans bills. I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. The House of Reps has approved 7 bills aimed at improving services for veterans and their families, including measures to expedite their benefits and enhance healthcare access. Debate over VA's gender dysphoria treatment policy. The VA's decision to phase out treatments for gender dysphoria has sparked debate among lawmakers and advocacy groups, raising questions about the department's commitment to inclusive care. Now, as you know, they got rid of some of that stuff as soon as the new administration came in. Veterans health and benefits. So the VA lowers life insurance premiums. That's good to hear. In an effort to make life insurance more accessible for veterans, the VA has announced a reduction in premiums for its life insurance programs. Now, this is something I didn't know about for a while. The VA does have life insurance policies that they offer for veterans, and there's a few different kinds. I talked with a rep probably a few months ago, an independent rep, and they gave me some great insight. So maybe that's something I'll post a video on soon, or even have that person come on my live and share some information with you all. But yeah, there's quite a few options, and I believe going the independent route is even better because, especially like the guy I talked to, he was extremely knowledgeable, and how he was saying that um, the options the VA offers isn't the only options out there for veterans, and that there are some that have more benefits than the ones the VA provides. Um, Next is the VA funds study on MDMA assisted therapy for PTSD. Now, this is an interesting one. So, the VA has allocated funding for its first study on the use of MDMA assisted therapy as a treatment for PTSD, marking a significant step in exploring alternative therapies for veterans. Now, I had to do some research on MDMA, so I kind of bring up. I found some information on it that I wanted to share with you guys on that. So, MDMA treatment refers to the use of basically a really long word. I'm gonna paste this one in the chat. Let me know if you can say this one. It's commonly known as ecstasy or Molly in a clinical controlled setting to help treat post-traumatic stress disorder and other mental health conditions. It's not recreational use. It is guided, medically supervised therapy designed to help patients process trauma. So basically, in order to treat PTSD, yeah, they're gonna put you on a Molly or an E pill. This is interesting. So how it works? MDMA is administered in small regulated doses during therapy sessions. So the drug temporarily reduces fear and defensiveness while increasing trust and empathy. Okay. This helps veterans and others with PTSD safely revisit traumatic memories with the support of a trained therapist. It's typically used in combination with talk therapy, not as a standalone treatment. So basically, you're going to have a little bit of a Molly or some ecstasy or happy pill, and you're going to have regular therapy. And apparently, when you talk about your traumas, it's not going to trigger you. Seems like that's how they trying to go about that. Um, yeah, I'm not trying to say nothing crazy, but yeah, just don't try this at home, folks. Make sure if you're gonna try this out, this MDMA study, go directly through the VA. I don't condone on drugs, so you know, at your own risk. So why it's promising for veterans? Many vets with severe PTSD don't respond well to traditional medications or talk therapy alone. In clinical trials funded by MAPS, which is the Multidisciplinary Association of Psychedelic Studies, 67% of participants no longer met PTSD criteria after 3 MDMA assisted therapy sessions. The VA's recent funding of MDMA research as of April 2025 signals growing support for this approach. Now, is this legal? MDMA is still qualified as a Schedule 1 drug under federal law, meaning no accepted medical use. But the FDA has granted it breakthrough therapy status, which speeds up research and approval. Full approval for clinical use could come as early as late 2025 or 2026, pending results from final stage trials. Okay, so it's still in trial. It's not available yet. That is that's an interesting one. As you know, the VA has many events. Um, I'm talking about like resource fairs, healthcare events, veteran service events. Make sure you go to the VA's website and look those up. There might be something on there that can be helpful to you. And then in other news, I found a pretty cool article about a Miami veteran that created an app to help veterans find joy and purpose after military service. So, a Miami Beach veteran who once fought on the front lines in Afghanistan is now using his experiences to uplift others facing the challenges of civilian life. Alex Kruger Dobrota, Senior Vice Commander of Miami Beach VFW Post 3559, returned home from his deployment as a U.S. Marine Corps scout sniper and struggled to adjust. Seeking to reclaim his sense of joy and purpose, Dobrota went back to school and launched a company that created Badger, Operation Gamify, a social app designed to build community through mission based challenges. Sounds pretty cool. My solution is through, he says, my solution is through a social app where you can connect with other people through competition. So you can have those three pillars: joy, social connection, and purpose, Gibraltar said. The app allows users to join missions often centered around community service and share their experiences by uploading videos. Participants can view and connect with others who completed the same challenges, fostering new bonds and share accomplishments. Beyond the app, the Broda has organized numerous service events and outreach programs across Southern Florida. Lieutenant Matthew Ross with the U.S. Coast Guard stationed Miami Beach, and the Broda's commitment to service extends far beyond the military. Some recent events we've worked on: Alex, Alex are the toys for Tosh delivery of Santa Claus, Ross said, and then they also help distribute 1,500 toys for children in need in Miami. So sounds pretty cool. I mean, check out that app. It's called. It doesn't say if it's launched or not, but let's see. It's called Badger Operation Gamify. Yeah, it is. It's in the App Store. Yeah, check it out, y'all. That's what it looks like. Looks like a raccoon in uniform. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I have an app coming out as well. Right now, it only has the course, my VA claims course on it, and the vet rating community. But soon I'm going to be putting on some tools that's actually going to help you guys instead of just a course in a community. And that's called uh, the Simple Vet app. So definitely go check that out. Still in the works with those tools, but yeah, I'm excited about that. That is all I have today, um, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Peace out.